Okay, so just to go over everything, this is a harmonic scanner training. And so the first thing you want to do to get into the harmonic scanner is go to your iMarkets Live page and click right here where it says harmonic scanner, and it will take you to this page where you need to put in your username and your password, and it will log you into your account. So we want to keep things super simple, so you only need to know 3 things, and I'll teach you how to do all 3 on this training. The first thing you need to do is you need to choose a trade. The second thing you need to do is you need to determine if it's a buy or a sell. And then the last thing you need to do, the third thing you need to do is enter the trade. So let's start with choosing a trade. So the first thing that you need to do when you get onto this page is choose the trade that you want to get into. You can do that by clicking this orange arrow button here that will refresh your screen. Anytime you click that, it'll bring you to the latest harmonic scanner call, the harmonic scanner that has been called for you to enter. So you can tell this is a pretty decent entry, okay? If you choose or you see that there are pairs here, or you've done this, you've clicked this, and it's already hit your take profit point, and you need another one to get into because you want to get in towards your entry, you have these side brokers here, and you can click on any one of them that you want, and you can choose whether you want to scan for the 15-minute, the 1 hour, the 4 hour, or the daily. So let's choose the 15-minute. Click on that. The ones that are closest to the top are the latest ones. So again, if you refresh your screen here and you see that it's too late to get into a trade because it's already hit your take profit, you will come to the side, you will click on any one of these brokers, you would choose the time frame that you want, and then you would click on one of these pairs here. Preferably, getting into the shark pairs is going to be your best option, but of course you can get into any one that you choose to. The shark pairs are typically the more aggressive pairs, so those are the ones you want to look at first. So let's click this one. It says NZD USDI. It's on the 15-minute and it's the shark, so let's click it. Okay, so we've clicked this. Let me move back. Sorry, let me just move it down a little bit so you can see. Okay, move it out some more. Actually, I'm gonna move it. Okay, so we've clicked this pair. I'm gonna move it over. I'm gonna tell you why I'm doing this in a second. So we've chosen this pair, and now that was our first step, right? Was to pick a pair, choose a trade. The second one is to determine whether it's a buy or a sell. So the easiest way is to figure out if it's a buy or a sell is if anytime your entry is below your stop, then you know that it's going to be a sell. And vice versa. If your stop is below your entry, then it's going to be a buy. So write that down and keep that down. Keep that handy and note. Stop first, then entry. That means that it's a sell. Okay, so this trade, this specific trade right here is a sell because our stop is first, and then it's our entry. And we see here, right when a trade was called around this time, and I'm going to move it over so you can see a little more clearly. You can see that since this trade was called, it didn't hit our entry point until about right here. And even in this area, it's solidifying that it's hitting our entry point. So this will be a great trade to get into. Okay, so now we did number 1, we chose our trade. Number 2, we determined that it was a sell. And number 3, now we need to get into the trade. So you're going to want to look here. It's not populating here or showing up here, but on your account, if you look here in this area, it'll tell you the pair. Jazz, can you see that in your, if you go to your harmonic scanner?
I'm going to minimize you real quick just to check mine.
Okay. It's under It's under this logo, the Traders Way logo.
Oh, you know what? Darn it. I hit Harmonic Scanner, but I didn't open it. It said temporarily disabled. Let me see.
Okay. Try one more time. I'm just gonna make sure that you're able to get to it so we can make this interactive, not just notes taken, but that we actually understand the process. And
yeah, I have a few questions, but I don't want to interrupt you as you're explaining.
Okay.
We're in the NZD USD pair shark, right? 15-minute, or was it the?
Yes, the 15-minute.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So, so let me give it a. So at the top right here in this area on your screen, can you see the pair? It says Traders Way, and then it has the pair. Do you see that? Or is this green thing covering over yours too?
I'm gonna tell you right now. It is the green thing covering it too. Oh no, wait, yeah, it's covering it.
Okay. Well, if you can't, you should be able to see it here. If you can't see it here, then it's here. So that's totally fine. So NZD USD is the pair. So you want to keep that in mind. And that's all you need to know to start to enter it into your trading app. You need the pair, and you need your take profit number, and you need your stop loss number.
Okay, it wasn't covering it. I see it now.
You see it? Okay.
Yeah.
So anytime you want to get into the pair and you're getting ready for step 3, which is entering the trade, you will look up here. If you don't see it here, it'll be here because you want to know which currency pair it is. And then you want to know what the take profit is and what the stop loss is. That's all you want to know. So then you will go over to your trading app, your MetaTrader 4 app. And let me just go into my MetaTrader 4 app. I can't share this with you on the screen, but I can walk you through the steps. So as soon as you go to your MetaTrader 4 app, you would then go to quotes at the bottom left-hand corner of the app, and you would choose the currency pair that you're in, this one right here. So you're going to look for NZD USD. NZD USD. And if you don't see it there, if you're looking at a pair and you want to get in and you don't see it, just click the top blue plus button at the top right of the screen and scroll down, and in the search button type in the pair and it'll pop up. You just click the green plus button and go back to your quotes and it'll be at the bottom. So NZD USD. Let me see if I have NZD. Okay, I got it. So once you get it, you're gonna tap it and click trade. So Jazz, you got it?
Yeah, I'm using my phone.
That's fine. That's what I'm using too.
Okay.
So you just do NZD USD. You tap it and click trade. Are you at trade?
No, yeah, I'm looking for it on here. I think I gotta add it.
Okay.
Yeah, it didn't come up on my thing. Why it's not letting me add?
So make sure if you're gonna add, after you type it in, after you click the plus button, you have to hold the screen down and drop it a little bit so that you can see the search button. But when you type in the pair, you click the green plus button to the left of it, and then cancel and go back, and it'll be at the bottom of your quotes.
Okay, I got it now. And then
okay. All right, so now NZD USD. Okay, so you find the pair and then you click trade. Once you click trade,
or new order. Or new order.
Oh yes, for Androids, I believe it's new order, but if you have iPhone, it's just trade. So yes, keep me updated and let me know, because there might be other Android users and I don't know what they'll see. You will know what they see. So after you get that set up, the next thing you want to do is you're going to go down to where the numbers are in the middle of the screen. It should say, you should see to the left, -0.1, then negative 0.01, and then a black number. That black number in the middle of the screen is your lot size. And so that's where you're going to put in how much you're trading by. And so for us, a reasonable number that I put for a majority of my trades is 0.03. That's 30 cents per pip, especially if you're starting out. That's like a safe number, because you're still learning to grow your money, okay? But you can make it whatever you want in your demo account. However, trading, the goal and the idea is 0.03. So you need to make sure that it says that there. And then right below it, it says stop loss. So you're going to come back to the Harmonic scanner here, and you're going to look right here at this number that says stop. And this is the number that you're going to enter into your MetaTrader 4 app as stop loss. So
Quick question. How do you get it to get, all right, mine is on 0.10. And if I was to put it at 0.01, how would I get it to 0.01? Or 0.
So the only number that you need to focus on is the black number in the middle.
Yeah, it's on 0.10 right now.
Okay, so you would just tap it.
Okay.
Tap it, and then you could delete and rewrite.
Oh, okay. So should I do 0.03 also?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
0.03. Okay. So then you again after you put in your lot size, the next thing you want to do is your stop loss. So this is the number right here that you're going to enter into your stop loss. So that's 0.65288. Now we're not actually going to enter this trade because it's so crazy. Even though while we were talking, it went from entry to take profit. Remember when we first started, we were looking
it wasn't even there yet. Yeah.
And now it's still going. Okay, so it's already successfully did what we needed it to do. But just for setup purposes, I'm gonna just tell you what goes next. Okay.
No, this is good because I think this is where I've been messing up on, like putting in my stuff for the Harmonic scanner. So this is good that you're gonna walk me through it this time.
Yes. Okay, perfect. So the next thing that you want to do, you have your pair, you have your lot size, you have your stop loss. Now it's take profit. You're gonna put your take profit number. So your take profit number is right here, TP number 1. That's the number that you want to put into the trade. Okay. As you can see right now, it's heading towards TP2. If you choose to get into take profit 2 and take profit 3, you totally can. But just for starters and entering the trade and learning how to get started, I just start with TP1. Right now, I'm gonna do TP2 because I want you to actually enter this trade so that even if it goes left, you can see how it should look. Okay. Okay. So for TP2, that number is 0.65. 651.
87. Okay.
You got it? It's right here. TP2. 0.65187. Yep. And just for okay. Then just for clarity, when you're starting off, you only want to do your stop loss and your take profit 1. But for the sake of this video and right now, we're gonna put take profit 2.
How do I see my stop loss? You know how like when you see your entry all the way at the top and it's hiding your stop loss, how do you get that to show again?
Okay, so if you can't see your stop loss, you would go over here where the numbers are and just click it, and you see how it has those double arrows. If you drag it down, it makes it smaller so that you can see everything. But if you make it super big, you won't be able to see it. Sometimes it'll disappear like that and you won't see it.
All right,
so
let me write that.
If you can't see it, just make it a little bit smaller.
All right, there we go. I just wanted to make sure I entered my numbers correctly.
Yes. Okay, so now just to circle back, you got your pair, you got your, it should always say market execution for the Harmonic scanner. Okay, always. Then you have your lot size, 0.03. You looked here, you entered your stop loss, and you entered your take profit. Now the only thing left to do is to click buy or sell. And remember, in step 2, we determined that this was going to be a sell because our entry was below our stop. So now you just click sell by market.
Okay.
And that's it. So your trade is going to start to play out and grow on its own. You don't have to do anything else to it. You can look back and watch it if you want. What's the only thing that's going to happen is price is either going to come here in this direction where we said it would, which was take profit 2 for us. But again, for the sake of actually entering in, remember, only take profit 1. So it's going to show that it's either going towards take profit 1 or it's not. So if it's going towards take profit 1, take profit 2 here, it will take you out of this trade once it reaches this point. So when price begins to drop like this, it will take you out of the trade at this point, and you will have your profit from here to here. If it decides to go in the opposite direction for whatever reason, going all the way upward instead of where we wanted to take our profit at, then it will take you out of the trade right here where it says stop. So that's your stop loss to stop you from losing the amount of money that you decide to stop losing.
Wait, can you repeat that one more time? You said it will go up to the stop when?
So ideally for this trade, because we know it's a sell and we entered into our take profit in this area here, we chose for this trade take profit 2. It's going, the candles are going to be forming downward to take profit 2. When it gets to take profit 2, it's going to take you out of the trade, and that's going to be your profit. That's how much you're going to make. However, if it doesn't go all the way down to take profit 2 for us, and it comes down a little bit, but it ends up going back up and never reaches take profit 2, when it gets to this number here where it says stop, it's going to take you out of the trade as well.
Okay.
So this is going to be your stop loss to stop you from losing more money than you bargained to. Okay?
Okay.
So that's why you want to set your stop loss so that it doesn't, if it goes, the stop loss is just for if it ever goes the wrong way, it takes you out of the trade before you lose too much money. Okay? So yes, so now we're into this trade. You know, it's doing its thing, and right now it's showing us that it's getting ready to go into profit. I have mine at -3 cents, so that means that it's going to end up being, you know, $1 or however much it's going to grow on its own over time. So that's actually pretty good for entering your first trade. Couple of things I want to show you also on the side. So we covered all 3 steps just now, but just for hold on, let me get out of here. Let me do this one more time. It looks like it's refreshing the screen. Let me get back to this. Okay, NZD USD sharp. Okay, on this left hand side, oh, this is super big. Let me make it a little smaller. Okay. On this left-hand side, this is the same chart. It's just a little bigger, guys, okay? On this left-hand side, you have all of your tools here where you can draw, you can type, you can mark stuff up, okay? Totally up to you. You can save stuff. However, the only tool that I use on the Harmonic scanner is this right here, and it's called Measure Shift. I'm sorry, it's called the pip calculator that I use. It has this ruler here and the candles, so it's kind of showing you you're going to be able to measure how many candles and how many pips you have accumulated. So you would click here. And then even whether it's before you get into the trade or after you get into the trade, you can click anywhere at your entry point. And here you see we have 2 entry points, which just means that you can either choose to get in here or get in here. It's totally up to you. But let's just say we got in here, this first entry point. I can click here now that I've used my measuring tool, let it go, and just draw my mouse down to TP1 and let it go. And right here in this area, it'll show me how many pips I would have gotten if I would have gotten into the trade there. So that's a really cool tool to use. Especially if you want to go all the way down to like take profit 2 and take profit 3, or even if you want to calculate how much you could potentially lose. If you are losing a trade, let's say you get into this entry point, you would click here, and then you would let your mouse go all the way up to here, and this shows you how much you could potentially lose. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to change that amount, you can alter your stop loss when you put it in your trading app to a number that's closer to your entry. But for now, example purposes, we just want to do what the trade is telling us to do. When you get more advanced, then you can start, being more creative. But for starters, this is what we want to do. So that was one that we did successfully. I'm going to do one more while we're recording.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to save the recording and upload it to the group so it's not too long. And then, Jazz, you and I could talk if we still got questions. So let's find. So this was a sell. I'm going to try to see if I can find one that's a buy.
Okay.
It's been a lot of sales today.
I remember you saying too, the ones up to the top are the most recent, and the further you get down to the bottom are the older trades, right?
Yes. So like this line, these circles here are just different brokers. So you can get into any one of these at any time. However, when you click the drop down for each of these brokers, that's where you want to look for the most recent one. So
okay.
This drop down specifically, wherever it says scan for 15, it's only going to show you 15-minute charts. And that just means that it takes 15 minutes for
each candle to form.
Right. Okay. If you choose to do it in a longer time frame, you can do that too. They have different ones here, and it'll show you beside it, okay, this is the 1 hour chart, this is the 4 hour chart, whatever. This means if you're using a 1 hour chart, that means it takes 1 hour for the candles to form, each candle to form. So I like to do the 15 minutes. So again, I'm just trying to find us a buy, even if it's already passed. So many sells. Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna look too while you're looking.
Yeah,
but I'm clicking back and forth.
Let me know if you find something. And where is that? So I can hop in. Check maybe some daily. So many cells. This is actually hilarious, but it's good because it's consistent. At least you know it's consistent.
Okay. I had a question too. You know how like the harmonic scanner will have the drawing of like the long triangles connected? What is that called? Like the bat drawing or something? And you know how like past that you might see it one part of the trade, but then you see all the trades that followed after that. That means that trade has been long gone, right?
Yes, that means that. So like for example, for this one, if I pull this out and you see all
hold on, let me click back on the video.
Okay.
What is that, JPY deep? Because that's what I was just looking at. I think that's the same one.
I'm not sure which one this is. It's up here, but I had clicked it on the side because I'm still looking for some buy.
I was looking at USD JPY 15-minute crab.
Okay, so let me find that for you. USD JPY. Okay. Okay, so yes, if you're able to pull this out, and so these are not different trades. It's just different candles. So these candles have been forming since, if you put your drag your mouse over to like where the D is up here, the end of the shape here, and you look to the bottom, it gives you the date and the time.
Time, right. So that was
forming since
21.
Right. That's like 2 days ago.
At 7:45. Right.
Exactly. So no, this would not be a good trade to get into at the moment because it passed the best time to have gotten into this trade would have been right here where it touched your,
Hold on. Where it touch right there. Okay.
right where
I
it hit
think that's where I've been going wrong too. So this is really good that you're showing me this.
your, yes. So if the trades have already hit your take profit, whether it's a buy or a sell, if you see that candles, anyone, the blue one, the red one, if anyone has already touched TP1, then you don't want to get into that trade, because that means that the harmonic scanner has already called it and it's already moving in the direction. You've missed the entry point.
So what if your candles are below the entry point, but it hasn't hit the take profit as of yet? So
Then
let's say,
still get in. I mean, you can get in, but it's not going to be for the same amount. So for example, let me get my PIP calculator. So from this specific entry point to the first take profit, right? This
mm-hmm,
is
18.
18 pips, right?
Mm-hmm.
But let's say you missed the entry, but maybe you saw this trade around like where this candle started forming and said, hey, I want to still, this candle's blue in here, and said, hey, I still want to get into the trade. If you would have hopped in and got in right over there, then you would have only gotten about 7.
Okay.
So you can still get in, but you're not going to get as much as getting into the entry. So it's really good to get in as close to your entry and at your entry as possible.
Okay, let me write that down.
Mm-hmm.
Get in as close. Alrighty.
Okay, so yes. And then I was going to say something else that completely slipped my mind. Yes, you want to get in as close to your entry point as possible. Even if you find a trade even halfway through, you can still get in. Just when it gets to TP1, you might want to let it go. Just let it go. And look for a different trade. Also, okay, yes, that's what I was gonna say. So you want to also take note of when you're getting into these pairs. Write down the pair that you're getting into. Just kind of have a little journal for yourself, or just like a little note section for yourself about which pair. So like the NZD, USD, whichever currency pair it is that you're getting into, and then also check out the time that you're getting into the trade, because you might find there's a consistency between when you get into the trade and so you're not missing the trades. So if, for example, if NZD USD on the 15-minute, right? If you notice that at, what is it, 2000? At that time, they're always calling these trades, then maybe you start your trading day at that time so you can get in for the perfect entry and you don't miss it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So pay attention to the pairs that you're looking at, and also pay attention to the time that you're getting into the trades. And that you'll see that at the bottom here. Yes, it'll be an army time, but of course you can convert it. And I'm about to give up looking for these buys and just do another sell, because I don't know what's going on. I'm not seeing no buys, y'all.
Now I stopped looking because I wanted to pay attention to what you were showing me. So I'm gonna go back to looking now.
Okay.
Let's see.
Yes. If you
Oh
have,
wait, I found one.
you did. Okay. So which
But
pair was that?
wait, the stop loss is under the entry, so that's a buy, right? It already passed, I think, though. But is the Canadian dollar and the Japanese yen 15-minute shark?
Okay. So which one of these on the side here, my circles? Which one of
Oh,
these?
let me click back. Which one?
Yeah. Which?
Oh, it was the red triangle.
Okay. So that's Trader's Way. And then which one? You said the 15-minute. And what's the name
Hmm.
of the pair?
It is the Canadian dollar and the Japanese yen shark
Okay. So CAG.
right there.
Okay.
Yep.
Perfect. CAGGP. Excellent. We found the buy. Thank God. Finally. Okay, so I've got 9 minutes to wrap this thing up. But again, the same process. You find your trade. So we found our trade, okay? The second thing, you want to determine whether it's a buy or a sell. We know that this is a buy because our entry is on top of our stop loss. And our take profit is, we buy up and sell down. So you want to make sure that this is going upward, okay? So it's telling us here that at this entry point, we would have needed to get into this entry point, and that price was going to go all the way up to take profit 1. However, what we see here playing out is that not only did it not go up to take profit 1, it also hit our stop loss, which is really good because it means if it didn't hit our stop loss, that we would still be losing a lot, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So let me get this ruler here and just calculate this. So if you would have gotten in here in your entry point, right, and you set your stop loss to what they told you needed to be, you would have lost 14 pips, which is about, could be 14 cents, $14, depending on how much you're trading by. You shouldn't be trading by $1 right now. It should be trading by 30 cents. So what's 30 cents times 14? Let's see. 30 cents times 14. So $4.02 you would have lost.
Oh, that's good.
No, exactly. Not bad considering you could have lost a whole lot more. Okay. But that's why you need to put the stop loss that they give you in your trading app. Okay. So this is I wouldn't even look into this. As soon as I got into my entry and it hit your stop loss, you're looking on for the next pair. You're not even looking. But as you can see, they must have called this at this, call this right here where that first candle formed after your triangle. And if you look down, it tells you that was the 23rd. So that was today at 1500. So what's it, like 3 o'clock? At 3 o'clock. So you know that trade, it went up a little bit, but it didn't go all the way to our take profit. So it took us out of the trade before we lost a lot of money. But for the sake of, let's say, you wanting to enter this trade into your trading app, you would have scrolled up here. You would have looked at the actual pair. If you couldn't find it, you would go back to where you are on the side and make sure that you have your currency pair, which was the CADJPY. You go to your trading app at the bottom left-hand corner and click on quotes and look for the pair CADJPY. If you couldn't find it, you would go to the plus button at the top right, hold your screen down a little bit and scroll down and type in the search button CADJPY, click the green plus button and add it, okay? And then go back, cancel and go back, and it will be at the bottom of your screen. But if you do have it, just click CADJPY, you would click it and then click trade. You would make sure that your lot size that is 0.03. It's right underneath market execution. Just tap it if it's not that and use your keys to type in 0.03. You will come over back to your trading app here to enter your stop loss number, enter your take profit number, and then hit buy by market. But we're not doing that because this trade has already played out and it's already hit the stop loss. I'm just letting you know if you were going to get into that trade, that's how you would have done it. So hopefully this was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions with entering trades. Remember, the shark trades are the best trades to get into. They're just the more aggressive pairs, and you want to make sure that you're getting in as close to your entry as possible. So pay attention to just right after the end of this angle is that candle. When it gets to your entry point, that's when you want to get into the trade. Enter your stop loss and your take profit. Make sure your lot size is good to go. And then you buy or you sell. And that's it. Okay? So I'm going to end this recording, and then I'll start. I'll come back if you have any questions. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So how do I do this? Bear with me. I'm working on it.
This your first time doing a recording?
No, but it's the first time where I'm going to be posting it to make sure everybody has access. So I want to make sure it doesn't time me out.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, 3 minutes and counting.
Yep. Okay, so I'm still good to go. All right, cool. So I'll end it now.